Yesterday we started talking about 6.8, the coordinate plane. Today we're going to do the second part of that to help you understand a little bit more about the coordinate plane. So the first thing I want to do is just review some of the things that we talked about yesterday. Very good. That is the line that goes from left to right. Then with your red pen, let's go ahead and label it. That is the x-axis. Next up, where's the y-axis?
Going up and down.
It goes from up to down. All right, pull out your red pen. Go ahead and label that that is the y-axis. All right, the next thing we want to label is our origin. Landon, come up to the board. Show me where is the origin. That is correct. Does anyone remember what the points were called for the origin? 0, 0 is correct. Okay, the last thing that I want to review over is the quadrants. Which one of these is the first quadrant? Gabby?
The one on the right, the first one.
Okay, the one on the top right. Okay, that is quadrant 1. Which way is quadrant 2?
The one to the left.
The one to the left. Where's quadrant 3?
Bottom left.
And finally, quadrant 4.
Bottom right.
Very good. Okay, you just want to remember that we always put the quadrants into Roman numerals, okay? So that's just a review of the different parts of the coordinate plane that we learned about yesterday. Okay, whenever you have a coordinate plane, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and label what they are. So remember, as you go this direction, is that positive or negative numbers?
Positive.
That is positive numbers. Now also remember, you're labeling the lines. You don't want to label the box, okay? So let's just go ahead and go up to positive 5. As I go this direction, what way is that?
Negative.
Those are going to be all of my negative numbers, okay? So this is -1. This is line -2. Go ahead and go all the way until you get to -5. All right, next up, as we are going up this way, are those positive or negative?
Positive.
Those are going to be positives also. And then finally, as we go down, what is this?
Negatives.
Those are going to be your negatives. Okay, remember, once again, label the line, not the box. The instructions have asked us to plot the point and describe its location. Just remember, as an overall remembering, this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so just remember that's the locations, or that's the quadrants where we are going to be plotting our points. As we're looking at, whenever it asks you to give an ordered pair, this is what an ordered pair will look like. X comes first and Y comes second, okay? So down here, then we also want to know, move right or left first, then move up and down, which makes sense because right or left would be your X, and then up and down would be your Y. So let's look at our first point right here, point A. Who wants to come up to the board and show me where you think this is? Isabel, come on up. Okay, so you are trying to find 2 and -3. Where do you always start? 0, 0, okay? So you can go ahead and put your finger right there on 0 and 0. The first thing you're going to is a 2. That's your X. So you want 2, that's correct. You're going to come over 2, and then -3. And then she knows she's got to come down here to go to -3. Very good job. So your final point is right there. And what are we going to label that as?
A.
Point A. Very good. Who wants to come up to do point B? Kyla, come on up. All right, Kyla, you're going to plot point B for us. Where should you start?
Right here.
Start at the 0, 0, and then you're going to go to -1, which is left. Very good. And then you're going to go to +4, which is up. And that is correct right there. And we're going to label it as what?
B.
Point B. Who wants to come up to do C? Jakari, come on up. All right, looking at point C, -5 is first. So I want you to go ahead and put your finger on the origin, 0, 0. Go to -5. Very good. He went left, -5, and then go to -2. Okay, you're going up. Which direction is -2 for the Y? Down. So you start at that -5, and then you got to go down to -2. Where's the -2 at? Good job. So he's then got it down to -2. And what point is that, Jakari? Point C. Okay, does that make sense to you? All right, just remember you go left or right first, then you go up or down. Katie, come on up for the next one. Problem D says 0 and 3. So start at the origin. All right, now let's go ahead and move to 0, which she's already at, and now move to 3. Okay, would you guys agree or disagree with where she has said? All right, I have a lot of people disagreeing. Why would you disagree?
Because that's not me.
What do you think?
Just go over because it's 0.
Okay, think about it. This is where she started right here. This was a 0, okay? The first thing you do is you move left or right. How many places, looking at this, is she supposed to move left or right?
0.
No places. So now I'm done with the left and right, and now I have to move on to the up or down. How many places up or down am I moving? 3. Am I going up or down?
Neither
Up.
Neither.
So is Katie correct?
Yes.
Yes, she was correct. All right. So Katie, what are we going to label that as? Point D. Now we're going to go back through and do the second part of our instructions where it says to describe its location. Let's talk about the first one, point A. Which location is point A in, guys?
Quadrant 4.
Quadrant 4. How do I do a 4 in Roman numerals?
1V.
IV. All right, let's look at point B. Which quadrant is that one in?
Quadrant 2.
Quadrant 2 is correct. How do I do that in Roman numerals?
2
II. Next up, problem C. Let's look at this point. Where are we at?
Quadrant 3.
Quadrant 3 is correct. Okay, the final one, this one, is that actually in a quadrant?
No.
No, it's not. It's on one of my axes. Which axis is it on?
Y.
The y-axis is correct. Okay, and that is how you plot the points and describe its location. Number 2, basically what we're doing for this one is kind of flipping the order of what we had done for number 1, okay? So this says name the ordered pair that represents the point. Whenever you have an ordered pair, you're always going to have an X first, and then you'll have a Y, okay? So all we're trying to do right here is we'll figure out what the X is first, and then we will figure out what the Y is next. So I'm looking for point L, which is right there. Whenever I have to start looking for a point, you want to go ahead and put your numbers in. So right now I want you just to take a second and go ahead and label your numbers. Okay, so let's look at L. Here it is right here. Do I go left and right first or up and down?
Right, left and right.
You always go left and right, okay? So I'm starting at my origin right here. Should I go left or right?
Go right.
Let's go right. How many places over am I going to the right? I went over 3. So go ahead and write down 3 as your X. Now from this point, I have to travel which direction?
Up.
Up. Is up positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. So I'm going to come up here, and how far up did I go?
4.
To a 4. Okay, so then we know that my Y is 4. So the ordered pair is 3 and 4. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I want you guys to go ahead and do B, C, and D on your own. All right, quite a few of you had a lot of correct answers. Well, let's just go ahead and check through them to make sure we really understand what we're doing, okay? Always start at the what, guys?
X-axis.
The origin, which is 0 and 0. So I'm going to start right here. Now, my goal is to get to this M right here. Do I go left and right first or up and down?
Left and right.
Left and right. If I am going left, what will I get to?
-2.
Go to -2. All right. Then, if I'm going up or down, which way do I go?
Down 3.
Down 3. If I'm going down 3, what's my answer going to be? -3. Okay, so my ordered pair is going to be -2 and -3. If you did not get that, erase it. Who's got a question for me? Something that doesn't make sense. All right, who wants to do problem C for me? Michael, come on up to the board. Tell me what to do. Okay, we're trying to get over here to N.
So N. So first you gotta go left and right.
Okay?
It's a positive number.
So positive what?
So it would be positive 2.
Good job, because I went to the right 2. And then what?
And then since it's down 1, it'd be negative 1.
You are correct. I had to go down 1, so it is negative 1. Very good job. Who wants to do the final one?
Oh.
Problem D. Michael. Next, come on up. All right, guys, where should he start? Always at the origin. So his finger's going to be right here, and then he has to travel over here to the O. So tell us, what do we do first? Left and right or up and down? Left and right. Which way are you going? He's going to the left. How many?
5.
Just positive 5?
To the negative 5.
Go to the negative 5, and then how many up or down do you go?
1 up.
1 up.
No, bro.
If I came over here and I went up 1, then my point would be up here. Okay? But my point's not up there. My point is right here on that line.
On it.
So how many places up do I go? You don't go. So if you don't go, what number is that? 0. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. Thank you very much. All right. Our instructions didn't tell us that we had to, but let's just talk about the locations. Where is point L?
Quadrant 1.
That is quadrant 1. Where is O?
Quadrant 2.
That's not quadrant 2. It's on the x-axis. Where is M?
Quadrant 3.
Quadrant 3. And finally?
4.
Quadrant 4, okay? Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense from yesterday. This is going to be your homework for tonight, and I do want you to do it on a piece of graph paper.